Count faint in the distance. Oh, speak. Cards on the table, breakers in the chat. Feels right in tonight. Cameras live and the packs are stacked. Chrome and color in the breakers rack. Tops and panini ready to ride. Premium heat waiting inside. Random the teams let destiny choose. Duck race thunder for the lucky few. Pick a team, warriors staking their claim. Flash break lightning without a name. Hear the chat explode tonight. Silver flashes in the breaker light. One free team in the giveaway fire. Phil keeps raising the hobby higher. Ride to the rip tonight. Downtown dreams in the neon light. Super fractors blazing bright. Outcast hobby breaks ignite. Fight for the cards inside. Kaboom thunder, one of one pride. Feel the flames when the packs ignite. Always bringing the fire tonight. Spin that wheel, break credit flies. Chat goes wild as the tension climbs. Foil reflections, numbered gold. Legends and rookies yet untold. Rip that pack, feel the spark. Treasure hiding in every card. Every stream a chance to see. History pulled on OHB. Hear the thunder through the screen tonight. Every rip in the breaker's light. Somewhere waiting in cardboard fate. A monster hit that can't be tamed. Ride to the rip tonight. Downtown dreams in the neon light. Super fractors blazing bright. Outcast hobby breaks ignite. Fight for the cards inside. Kaboom thunder, one of one pride. Feel the flames when the packs ignite. Always bringing the fire tonight. Hear the races start to run. Duck race kings when the race is done. Top spot rising to claim their fate as Phil breaks open the hobby's gate. Chrome reflections fill the sky. Cardboard legends flying high. Raise your hands to the stream tonight. Let the ripping gods decide. Ride to the rip tonight. Breakers in the chat. Feels right in tonight. Cameras live and the packs are stacked. Chrome and color in the breakers rack. Tops and panini ready to ride. Premium heat waiting inside. Random the teams let destiny choose. Duck race thunder for the lucky few. Pick a team, warriors staking their claim. Flash break lightning without a name. Hear the chat explode tonight. Silver flashes in the breaker light. One free team in the giveaway fire. Phil keeps raising the hobby higher. Ride to the rip tonight. Downtown dreams in the neon light. Super fractors blazing bright. Outcast hobby breaks ignite. Fight for the cards inside. Kaboom thunder, one of one pride. Feel the flames when the packs ignite. Always bringing the fire tonight. Spin that wheel, break credit flies. Chat goes wild as the tension climbs. Foil reflections, numbered gold. Legends and rookies yet untold. Rip that pack, feel the spark. Treasure hiding in every card. Every stream a chance to see. History pulled on OHB. Hear the thunder through the screen tonight. Every rip in the breaker's light. Somewhere waiting in cardboard fate. A monster hit that can't be tamed. Ride to the rip tonight. Downtown dreams in the neon light. Super fractors blazing bright. Outcast hobby breaks ignite. Fight for the cards inside. Kaboom thunder, one of one pride. Feel the flames when the packs ignite. Always bringing the fire tonight. Hear the races start to run. Duck race kings when the race is done. Top spot rising to claim their fate as Phil breaks open the hobby's gate. Chrome reflections fill the sky. Cardboard legends flying high. Raise your hands to the stream tonight. Let the ripping gods decide. Ride to the rip tonight.
What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday night. I know it's a little unexpected because I was not expecting this to happen either. The Ripping Gods obviously decided I wanted me to put a break tonight, so here I am. We'll get into that a few here. We're going to kick off tonight with a product review. We do have two breaks up. One break is sold. The other break is pending 16 right now. We can talk about those teams and take a look at what we have out there that you could still pick up into doing a break with us tonight. I wanted to feature this product. I've talked about this in the past. It's Leaf in the Game Used. It is a 5 premium hit box. They're about $325, $350 a box. I had a whole case of them. Daniel bought 3 of them. I wanted to bring one on the channel to review and rip in front of you guys so you could see it. I don't fully know exactly how to do a break with them, other than serial number. But with serial number, obviously, you won't be guaranteed much inside of there. But I wanted to do that for you guys while we were getting everything else going out with the breaks. So I'm going to get our football folks, though, tagged into here so that way they can. All right. so they can check stuff out. I have not run the random for the football break yet, so we will do that after we do this product review. Actually, just copying that list in here, so I have that ready to go here in a few minutes. Ooh, excuse me. Very interesting day today, to say the least. A very interesting day indeed. All right, let me. I want to spot on this product review. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to break this. I'll put it this way: whenever I rip for cards, the cards themselves are for sale. I hit a Ryan Mitchell Auto Mojo to 25 just now at some random break I got into in Mini. In a minute. Wait, Chad, you cheating on me? You going on other breakers? What the heck, man? I thought you would break with me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You guys can break with whoever you want. I won't cry in my sleep at night. Just maybe a little. Congrats though on that. Very nice. Like we could do a random hit break with this. We could do a serial number break with it. Like you could do it as a 10, but it'd be like $32, and then most people aren't going to hit anything. You could do it as a random hit, but it'd be like 60. Sorry, wife messaged me. What's up, Greg? So I'm kind of curious on how we would want to break something like this. Like I have 7 boxes. We're going to break one tonight. I'll have 6 left. I'm probably going to take 2 up to the card shop. We could do 4 boxes. Again, it's still it turns into like a weird ratio, right? If we break 4 boxes, it's $1,200 worth of boxes. So I don't know. It's a great product. It's a fun product. Lots of great potential. You can see you could get a dual Hogan Ric Flair. You can get a Ken Griffey Jr. You can get a Pele Diego Madonna. There's a lot of things that you can get from that product. Just kind of interesting, to say the least. All right. Let me... All right, let me update something real quick. I'm going to copy and paste the credit list for all you guys in the break, just so you could see if you have any credit. I just realized I needed to update a couple of these. Jaw hit one. There's our keyboard. Puts him at 32. And then Mark had one. Yeah, so Mark is up to 10 on this credit, and then so that one's logged. That's the payment thing. Found that one. And then I had Andrew that picked up one from that from the other night. And Kathy had gotten $5 in break credit. All right. That is now up to date. So that's up to date as of 3/18. All right. If you guys want to ever see what your current status for a breaks credit is, you can go right here. I don't think she has yet, but I'd have to go back and double check, Liam. All right. I want to give you guys a choice for the product review, either left or right. Which one do you guys want me to do for the product review? We're going to do this first, and then we're going to do football. And then I'm going to walk through the store while you guys pick what box you want me to open to kind of do a little product review before we kick it off tonight. I don't have any flash breaks set up for tonight. I could do a single box of prospect if we want to do it later, but we have the 5 boxer we're trying to fill right now. So, all right. That's right. I wanted to tag my football folks here. Okay. Here. All right, so break, it's going to be break 26106 is going to be our first break tonight. Rich, Anthony, Carlucci, Mark, Nick, Brad, Jack, Michael, Haynes, Spencer Sharp, Greg. For those who had missed that this was running tonight, I do apologize. So basically, the way how things went down today was I knew earlier this week that I was supposed to support an event tonight, and I knew that I think as far back as last week, but I knew there was always some risk of it running or not. And so, but as of this morning, so my wife and I actually planned a day together this morning, knowing I was going to have to be working late tonight. So my plan was get up at the usual time. We had my son's IEP meeting, and then right. I got 2 rights. I have a ton of leaf. So I had 2 rights versus 1 left. So we're going to go right. So we were supposed to, so my plan was to get up. My son's IEP meeting was this morning. I'm going to write down serial numbers while I'm telling this. Go to my son's IEP, and then my wife had bought me for Christmas a Groupon to go sit in a salt cave. If you've never sat in a salt cave before, well, it's interesting. And we were going to do a salt cave, have lunch, and then around noon, 1 o'clock, I was going to come home, go to sleep for several hours, wake up around 6, get ready, head out to be at my place by 9. And then my plan was I was going to be working till 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning, which obviously was why I was not going to be doing the breaks tonight. So I got the notice at 11 a.m. this morning that said, yep, everything's good. We're good to go. So we're like, okay. And so I come home. We picked my wife's car. Come home, and I try to sleep. I slept about 45 minutes. I swear to God, I heard footsteps walking around the downstairs. We have a Shark robot vacuum that might have been banging into things. Heard every freaking noise in the house. Slept for about 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, I can't sleep anymore. Around a little bit later, Lisa comes home with the kids, and then Lisa's going, ow, my foot really hurts. Now, last night she had shown me something between her toes. Didn't look like a big deal. She cleaned it up, went to bed. She comes home. Lisa's got a monster blister that is not the right color between her toes. She scheduled a e-visit with a doctor. Doctor looks at it and says, you need to go to the ER. And I'm like, well, this is going to be interesting. How am I going to manage this with having to be at work at 9 o'clock? Great. So Lisa headed off to work, or headed off to the ER on 4:30. I let my work know. I'm like, hey, I may or may not be able to be there. Well, I was gonna say it was red and white angry. You had multicolors going there. So I let my work know. I said, hey, we've got a backup for someone who can watch the kids if I have to leave. But I told Lisa, I said, until I know like you're fine, I'm not going to just leave you and go off to work. I want to make sure you're okay, like you're about to get discharged or something before I head out. So at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, whatever it was, I put out the notice to you guys we weren't running tonight. And then at so I was on the phone with my friends around 6 because I hadn't gone back to sleep anymore. I was thinking about going back to sleep for maybe like an hour. And then around 6:30, 7 o'clock, I think it was, I get the notice that says, stuff went sideways. Tonight's canceled. And I'm like, yay and ugh. So what a mess. So then I said to those you guys, hey, we're good to go tonight. Get your stuff in. Let's get this stuff filled and we can run. So sorry for all of the churn. I try to be very open with you guys so you know exactly what's going on. But sometimes things are crazy. If we didn't fill these tonight, I mean, we would have still ran them on Friday. So 10-13. John S. 32. So kind of a crazy day today, to say the least. Lisa is okay. Yeah, I didn't want to hear you get admitted. Yeah, I didn't need to find out Lisa got admitted to the hospital. Meanwhile, I off somewhere and have no idea. So, all right, Mike K. 127. All right, I got all the serial numbers in for everybody that's joined so far. Let's take a quick trip through the store, kind of show you what we've got out there tonight. We only got 2 breaks up tonight because of what I felt like I knew was going to happen today, or didn't know was going to happen today. Well, that's kind of why I low-keyed the break stuff for today. Oh, Chad, by the way, the WWE hobby did come in, so we will have that up tomorrow. So WWE guaranteed to go up as a break tomorrow. All right, let's just go run through the featured section per the norm. Once again, we do have our big mega baseball break that is up there. We are down to 11 spots left in that one. I am considering guaranteeing this to run by next Friday at the latest. One thing I wanted to mention is if you are intending on joining this break, but you're waiting to see what the Eli Willits card sells for to use credit towards that break, let me know, because I would kind of rather at least get you guys locked into spots on this one and get that filled up to know that we can run it sooner, and it's you're just waiting to see what credit you get from the Eli Willits card. So if that's something you're planning on doing, let me know, send me a message, or you can even drop a note in the chat. And then I can put you down as a pending spot. Like I said, I am considering just running this by next Friday at the latest. For other breaks we have tonight, we do have the Prospect Edition. We have the Tigers, the Angels, the Twins, the Mets, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays all still available. Of those teams, I did post it in the group here. Of the potentials for kabooms, somewhere in here, it's in here. I know I posted it. Oh, there it is. Of those teams that are remaining, the Angels and the Mariners do have chances at kabooms. So those are 2 teams right there that you could snag if you want a chance at a kaboom out of this product, the Mariners and the Angels. I will listen to offers for remaining teams. So I'm just going to put willing to listen to offers for remaining teams. But those 2 teams are, if you come in, just say you'll take them. then that's obviously good enough for me, and we'll just note you down. We have 6 left. I'd like to get 3. If we get 3 taken, we'll run this one. All right. And our football break is the only other one we have up, and that has filled, so we are good to run on that. And that's all we got up for tonight. All right, so I am going to hide that. So I'm just going to put the comment in here. Listening to offers for remaining baseball teams. 6 left. Need 3 more to guarantee. All right. All right, so I'm going to do a product review here. This is a product review of 2025 Leaf in the Game Used Sports. It is something that I would like to try to do a break with the group on. It is an expensive product. These boxes range from about $325 to $350. Okay, and that's fine. If you guys are waiting to see on the Eli, I just want to know that, because then that's easier for me to say, guarantee the break for next Friday. Then I'm not worried about it passing authentication because it's authenticated already. I think the Eli Willits, last I saw, is still at 1,500, but it's in that lull period on eBay where it just sits there. So I expect that to start jumping again as we get closer to when it's due. Yeah, it's still sitting at $1,500, but it's got 4 days left on it. So yeah, so Greg, that's good to know. All right. So with this product, you get 5 premium hits. Sometimes you get 1 auto and 4 relics. Sometimes you get 2 autos. Sometimes you get more. Booklets are chances and things like that. So no cover card, obviously. So those are always kind of lame from that respect. I will also have some of these in our card shop locally here. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of take a look at this. You can see every card in there is fairly thick. But you guys can get an idea of kind of what's inside of the product like this. So just kind of giving a preview. The only thing I don't like this year about this product is Leaf somehow lost the right to put the numbers of players on these cards. So you don't quite have that. Now you just have a name and then kind of like a blank jersey. Something I'm not quite fond of, but everything in the Leaf product, as always, is authentic memorabilia. And is a part of game used memorabilia. So this being a Hoyt Wilhelm. And every card on this product, if you guys are interested in any of these, is available for sale, unless we hit like a Babe Ruth bat relic or something, and then that's mine. Fair be warned. But I just wanted you guys to kind of take a look at this, see it's something that we could run. So we get 5 hits out of this. The next one on this one is a Judge Jude Bellingham, which I'm assuming is a soccer player. That one's number 265. Again, game used. Lots of big potential in this kind of a product. Lots of relics. We've seen where? Oh, that's because that's the base page for the group. That's cool. I don't even know what that is. Here's a Vita Blue. 45/45 relic for Vita Blue. It's kind of cool. We got our first auto card. It's a nice looking auto card. It's a soccer player, so I don't know much about the guy. So if someone can tell me who he is. But kind of a cool looking card. This is a Cole Palmer 106. No idea who he is. It won't let me change that name. It's the base where the video originates from. But that's a Cole Palmer game used relic. Anyone knows who Cole Palmer is? I'd actually be very interested to know. And then the last card in this is a 6-piece relic of Ernie Banks, Scottie Pippen, Walter Payton, Jim McMahon, Billy Williams, and Bobby Hull. So I just wish I missed the numbers. That's the only thing that I kind of bumped me out. But this is the Chicago Sportstown 6-piece relic on this one. So, and that is a Leaf in the Game used box for you. So, like I said, they're a little on the pricey side. They're not cheap boxes by any means, but they are fun boxes. I have 6 more of this. Plays on Chelsea and England. Will somebody get me a comp on that card? What's a Cole Palmer card go for? My guess is that's kind of on that would be a lower end tier box from my guess. So, some of you guys want to do a break of, we just have to kind of figure out how we'd want to do that. It seemed like Cole's a very big popular guy. Yeah. 190. Brian, if you want a box, I know they're expensive, but if you want a box, send me a message. We can do a box for you. By sport? Ugh, that would be rough. By sport would be rough. Ugh. All right, I'm going to pull 45 for the Mariners. The alphabet break might work. The letter break might work. I have to do some research on that. I could see a letter break because I'd like to post it tomorrow if that way we could do something like that. Let me check, Mark. Oh, I didn't want Microsoft Teams. Let's see. August. Mariners and Tigers for 45. Sure. We can do that, Mark. I'll take 45 for Mariners and Tigers. So if we get one more team taken in prospect, we will run that one tonight. All right, we're going to do a duck race. It is going to be the random for the Giants. I've already got it queued up for you guys. Let me go ahead and switch your screen over. It might have to be it would So we had some rule changes that got handed down from um, that we're not doing random assignments of letters anymore or of that kind of thing anymore. I'll give you the background. All right, I'm going to start your duck race. So on Monday, there was a lawsuit that came out against Whatnot. Basically, Whatnot was accused of running an illegal gambling online casino for, and Kathy, you've noted this to me too about how with Whatnot, it kind of sucks you in and kind of like makes you feel like where you guys kind of keep spending and then you don't realize how much you're spending on it because of the way they set it up. There's like 8 clients that basically came out, and I think there's more coming that basically said the randomness of it. There's issues with repacks. I would do 20 for Mets, Brian. Basically, the repacks and stuff, there were some shenanigans going on with it. But basically, the element of, I'll finish this in a second. Mark's going to take the Giants. Top 7 are going to be the ones that are going to have the Giants in this break. So, coffee. And I'm going to put that in your list. Here. All right. We're good there. I can close that out. All right. You want the bets for 20? Okay. All right. Well, that will guarantee we run it. Thank you. So kind of finish the discussion was basically there was the accusation that basically there were gambles that people were making with money and the way that they were conducting wheels and that the way the repacks were being done was basically scamming people, but was also deemed in their accusation was basically illegally against California law running an online casino. It's an $8 million lawsuit against Whatnot that is potential that everybody who operates on Whatnot could be affected by it. There is a concern that based on the types of way breaks are done and the elements of chance are conducted, that there could be a fallout from other companies because people are bringing up how things are run on Fanatics, how things are run on eBay Live. Like there would have to be a very massive, a pretty massive waterfall effect to hit all of those other companies because randoms are obviously done by just about every breaker out there in random teams. The discussion that was held amongst 3 of us on Monday was the need to be proactive to make sure that everything stays clean and so that we don't inadvertently get tied up into things. So eliminating things where it's a chance. The idea of kind of like how we do the pay by teams or PYTs is you see a value that has been you see a team that was based on a value, based on a ratio of what the potential is to hit out of it. I mean, let's be honest, opening a box is a gamble in itself. And, you know, there's a whole element of, you could say is gambling is part of this. I mean, every time you buy a box, right? Opening a hobby box from 1990 versus 2019 is completely different. And, but they wanted to eliminate anything that took a chance element. So minis, fillers, even can't lose minis where basically somebody could say, I spent $25 in this can't lose, but I only ended up with an $8 team. And I clearly know that because it was documented as an $8 team before. Most 95% of the people who go into these things understand that everything in this is a chance. There's no guarantee you're going to hit a great card. There's no guarantee you're going to get your value back. Most of the time, you probably won't. So there's the collecting aspect. It could spread deep, but what they wanted to do is make sure that everybody in the group is protected, that we don't get, some new member who comes in and then complains, like you're saying, like somebody was mad because they paid an amount, hit a bunch of money, and hit absolutely nothing, and now they want to basically get their money back because they're bitter about the poor choices they made on bad teams or just bad luck. And so they're finding a way to get around the system. So I agree with you. That's a lot of probably where this stems from. But there is a ripple effect it could have. And what we don't want to have happen is that the group gets shut down, that people get shut down, and that something bad happens to, say, myself or to Nick or to anybody that's associated with the group. We just don't want that to happen. So we're being proactive. We're removing some elements of things that are true random. Our big mega baseball break is probably the last break we will do as a full regular actual random. What I will do in the future is we'll go back to things like team drafts, but I'll combo some more teams in order to make them the value kind of balance out a little bit more. Like I kind of did with this one, where I'm going to combo some teams for that mega baseball break, where you're not going to end up with the team let's be honest, the Marlins, and be like, wow. I mean, I fully expect you guys to curse me out and then slam and throw things. Well, I agree. But see so the difference with like Greg with the non-returning scratch-off ticket is there's a license to gamble that the lottery has, and you have that license. So, and so they're accusing that basically elements like Whatnot and all the people on Whatnot don't have that licensing gambling license. Therefore, what they're running is an illegal casino. You can go if you go Google Whatnot lawsuit, you can get some more of the background. There is some discussions that what some people were doing is they were doing repack breaks, and then there was some insider trading on people basically suggesting that some people were telling them what teams to go buy. And that's just even more scumminess. I mean, there's a lot of scum. We know that Whatnot has a lot of trash on it. That's a given. There's a lot of trash on Whatnot. That's why we don't associate with Whatnot. That's why I don't support Whatnot. I think the fact that Whatnot allows backyard breaks to continue to operate off there is trash. So, yeah. So what we've kind of come to the conclusion of is no more full randoms, no 30 spot randoms anymore, no fillers, no minis, anything that has that chance of the things we will allow: serial number breaks, pay by teams, PYTs, and team drafts. Those are the ones that you guys are going to continue to see, which honestly, that's about how 98% of the breaks I run go anyways. All right, we got 3 teams left in the baseball prospect edition. We have Angels for 25, Twins for 20, and Blue Jays for 25. And that is the last 3 teams. If you guys want to jump into a baseball break tonight. Goes back to a comment with Dan last week. I went to Walmart just to grab a box, was lying in there, 30 people waiting for the stock, guaranteed 80% of them have no clue who is who in the boxes. Yep, 100%. So apparently Lisa said today that she talked to one of the right. Well, so basically I think that the expectation is that Whatnot would get sued, right, for whatever, but then they're going to basically come down on all of the people. I think they would come then down on all of the people who are basically their sellers, essentially, and sue them for operating. Like, they'll get sued and then they'll backside sue. Oh, is Backyard getting sued as well? They deserve to be sued. Good. They should be sued because they're trash. Backyard is straight trash. I have no respect for those people whatsoever. After what that owner said about children, yeah, no respect for them. All right, Sean. So, does it feel like an overreaction? It's an overreaction if nothing comes out of it. It's an appropriate reaction if something does come out of it and everybody's protected. So being conservative is not a bad approach. We don't want to lose you all. We don't want to lose things that we value. It all makes sense in the end. It's better to kind of take a conservative step back instead of kind of sticking your neck out there and then having Facebook come down and just shut the whole group down because they're like, oh, we found that this element you're doing is bad and we're just shutting you down. That would be good for nobody. So, but yeah, Whatnot has a responsibility. It's interesting. Fanatics Live currently is not in that. eBay Live is not currently in that. And yeah, and so right. So then does it start turning into a state by state long legislation? Yeah, there's a whole mess that can go into that. An absolute. So yeah, so I think right now it's isolated to California, but I think there's a thought that it could spread. So, all right, we've got our NFL mixer. Kind of put this one together. It's a little bit of a kitchen sink break. Our feature box is going to be our Select H2 box. That is going to have our 4 Disco H2 parallels. That's going to go to Mark for the Giants on the top side there. We have 7 spots we're going to donate for the Giants. Jack, Brad, Nick, you guys are each going to get Giants in the Prism blaster boxes. I've got 3 optic boxes here that are some of the same case. That is going to go to Brad, Jot, and Marcus. You guys are going to get the Giants in that. So we're going to start with 3 Prism boxes. I did order some Prism International. I'm kind of waiting for some authorization to clear the order to go forward. It's half the price of Hobby. Doesn't have the auto chance, but has better parallel chances in it. So I've seen a couple of it ripped. It looks like a better price ratio. It's the same price as like a Select Hobby. Like we could go crazy on a football break. We could do an optic hobby, a Select Hobby, and a Prism International, but it'd be silly crazy. Yes, Kathy, we are. All right, empty box. So this is going to be box number 1. I'm going to set that to the side there. So Jack is going to have the Giants in this one. Yeah, so everything's a little optic. But you guys have done a really good job. I think I've been trying to price breaks to be reasonable. Whatnot allows theft. Yeah, I agree. Whatnot does allow theft. I think some of the things like we've done with the group is we've been very tight on who we allow to post in the group. When we were kind of allowing more people just to post, that's when we saw more scammers. So we've been putting some good controls in place on that. I think Facebook in some respects has turned a blind eye to breaking because I think a lot of the breakings moved off of Facebook. You see it more on going to Shopify stores, which I may still do a Shopify store eventually. But you're seeing it kind of go to that and then for the YouTube stuff and then eBay Live and all that. Fanatics Live, I haven't dabbled with, but you have to get approved to be on there anyways. So, but there's also like the Loop app. There's, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Facebook has its own scamming, right? It's not Loop, it's Twitch. There's like breakers on Twitch, breakers on Instagram, there's breakers on TikToks. All right, we got Kirby Joseph, Arian Smith, Terry McLaurin, Kamani Vidal, Ozzie Newsome, Chop Robinson, Malachi Starks, Calvin Johnson, Jahed Campbell, Fractal Drake May, Austin Hooper, Christian Watson, Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Tyler Shuck, nice for the Saints. The one thing that I would kind of almost argue is there's a rabbit hole if you think about it because of, I mean, we've been saying that sports cards has basically become the unregulated stock market for a long time now because of how much the individual values of singles have become. And you're seeing more people buying cards and buying boxes, you know, as what you said, Brian, people who are standing in line for Walmart looking for cards, and you know for a fact they are not there because they're trying to collect it and don't know half the people, you know, that they're there for cards. Lisa said she talked to somebody at Target today, and There was a bunch of guys buying Pokemon, and they were going in, buying stuff, going to their car, changing their clothes, and coming back in and buying more. Now, why they didn't stop them, that's kind of my question. But that basically they could see that happening. COVID days used to see it really bad too. But you could say, well, when you're paying $1,000 for a box and you could hit a $10,000 Patrick Mahomes card, how is that any different than a scratcher? And so, like, you could take the whole element of gambling down to the aspect of the boxes themselves, and you could say, okay, sports cards have now become regulated to be a strictly collectible item, and now there's a federal mandate that dictates the value of every card, and every card shop can only sell singles at this price. Like, if you want to take the gambling element out, which would completely destroy anything really with other than collecting in sports cards. But there's a weird vein that you could run down from a gambling aspect on sports cards to something like that, where you actually have to go to the manufacturers of Topps and Panini basically to regulate them on pricing and singles prices, which would be very messy. Very, very, very messy. Ron Jaworski, Raheem Rocket Ismail, McMillan for the Panthers, Tyreek Hill, Max Crosby, Jalen Johnson, Xavier McKinney, Silver, TJ Watt, Blazer, and Kyrene Williams. I mean, scamming is such a prevalent thing these days, right? I mean, if you guys ever watch the guys that they're the scammer preventers, you're right. I mean, waking up in the morning, getting in your car is a gamble, right? Now, granted, that's a different type of gambling. That's not a monetary gamble. But yes, agreed. Getting in your car can be a gamble. All right, no Giants in that box. Brad has the Giants in this one. Oh, I love shrimp too. Chicken's been my demise. Chicken's the one that seems to get me the most in trouble. All right. I think, yeah, we actually won a box from Run Good Life. If anyone actually happened to notice, Run Good Life is actually in our Mega Baseball break, so that's kind of cool. He's live streaming right now on YouTube. I've become a follower of his. I actually am a member of his group. I don't mind my. Oh no. But I agree with you, Greg. There is a philosophical nature that there is so much of a gamble to everything you do in life. But that's where I was also kind of pointing out the fact that there's a road with some of this stuff that if you want to go accuse things of gambling, you can take things very deep in sports cards. Very, very, very deep. And you could probably make a legal case against it. I mean, that's why they talk about market regulation on certain things, right? I mean, you almost start wondering do you start getting a Wall Street for sports cards? Like Wall Street itself has gone away. Now it's sport card Wall Street. All right. Brad's got the Giants in this one. We got George Pickens, Dylan Sampson, Jameson Williams, Drake May, Ernest Biner, Ivan Pace Jr., Matthew Golden, laser. Nice. Kid Reporter. Carnell Lake, Quinn Ewers, Jaden Higgins, Deshaun Jackson, Chris Chambers, Michael Penix Jr., David Njoku, Derek Harmon, laser, James Lofton, Micah Parsons, Kendra Lambert-Smith, Chuba, Kendra Miller, Ramondre Stevenson, Tyleek Williams, Jamin Sherwood, Kid Reporter, and Darren Bland. That one was weak. Philosophical nature is completely like, I speak in mannerisms. They use like theoretical examples on stuff all the time. No Giants in that one. No big hitters in that one. Well, the interesting thing is, like, with the retail stuff is, don't give them ideas. you know, what's interesting with a lot of the retail stuff now is you're seeing things like Prism, because there's no numbered cards, and the silver Prisms in football, or just the parallel Prisms, don't have like the $1,000 value. You're seeing Prisms sit on the shelf a lot longer. I don't like the idea that you can't really hit anything major in Prism. That I think the silver Prisms for football have been kind of lost over the years because of overproduction. But that's why I think you're seeing it more. But like the megas don't really offer you more. I think the fact that they took a lot of the autos out of the retail products kind of killed a lot of retail. That's why you're not seeing people going and trying to scalp. You know the old saying, when I was looking for something, it was in the last place I looked. Well, God, I hope so. I don't think you kept looking for something after you found it. Oh, there it is. There are my keys. I found them in the couch. Well, let me keep looking around the house for them, even though I've clearly found them. I love sport cards because of the collecting aspect. It's not the money aspect. That's why I keep doing this, and that's why I always try to keep this fun. I don't want this to turn into a crazy business. I love the excitement. We had that God Pack the other night. That was fun, and I'm not even a Pokemon collector. But that was fun to hit that. Oh, Mark, by the way, I got Ernie's gold Charizard back. Krista was right. It was a 9. She was exactly right on it. He scared me for a second, though. He said, what about these other 6 cards I sent with you? I was like, I'll get back to you on those. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's when I sent them. Right. Remember, like, what, a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? You couldn't find this stuff. You couldn't find Optic anywhere. You can find Optic everywhere now. But I think a lot of that's right is because they watered it down so much from the downtowns and the uptowns, and they're much harder to hit. We've got Egbuka, or a relic of Jalen Walker for the Falcons. But last year, you couldn't find Optic. People were charging you $60, $80 for a blaster of Optic. Ferragamo, CJ Stroud, Kitchens, Eric Allen, Laser, Jalen Noel, Laser, Kid Reporter, Barnes & Noble, yep. Baker Mayfield, Tyler Shuck, Prism, you can find Prism everywhere. Fireworks, Cam Moore, nice for the Titans. Audric Esteen, Ken O'Brien, Josh Stewart, CJ Stroud, Laser, Mason Taylor, Laser, Randy White, Tarib Still, Will Johnson, Jeffrey Simmons, James Conner, Lamar Jackson, Donovan Ezeruku, Jalen Warren, Laser, Kid Reporter, and Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, if I was in it for the money, you guys would be seeing prices on these breaks being a lot higher than they are. Not that you guys would necessarily pay for them, but I mean, that'd be me trying to dig for the money of it. I just like doing the breaks. I like having the breaks with you all. I like doing the breaks. So as long as I'm not like losing my rear end on something, or it's like, well, that's my last break I'm doing with you guys because I've lost so much money on this that we are in the hole, and now my family doesn't have food on the table. That would be the only reason I would stop. But we're not in that boat. You guys do a great job supporting the breaks. That's why I'm able to do deals on teams and kind of figure out, because I know where the margins are, and we're able to make it work. And I appreciate you guys' support with the lack of the minis now. You guys are still doing a great job getting these breaks filled. So hats off to you all and bringing new members into the group to make it fun. All right. No Giants in that one as well. That was for Nick. Sorry, Nick. All right. Optic. This one is going to Brad, who has the Giants in this one. I would think it would be so much fun to do a roundtable with a bunch of y'all and just talk hobby, and just talk about things we like or don't like about the hobby, what things we wish were better or worse, or what do we wish things could change. I would find that to be a very fascinating conversation, to have everybody kind of sit around and have that conversation with you all, because you all come in with very different perspectives. Everybody has a different aspect of what they're coming in and looking at stuff for. And I find that fascinating. That's a me thing. Empty box. I'm going to just update real quickly on the captions here. We do have 3 teams left now. Three teams left. That's going to be the Angels, which is 25. Twins, 20. And Blue Jays, 25. Just wanted to update that in there. All right. Okie doke. All right. Just wanted to update that in the. Add a little paste to that. All right. So Brad's got the Giants in this one. Yeah, man, gas price has been shooting up. We are 379. I saw today was the average price here, and that's $1. It's a solid $1 up from where it was a week ago. Diesel's around 440, I think. And then when I was out west, I saw that shoot up over 4 as well, like 439. I think I saw gas at 2 weeks ago. Yeah, gas for you. What we're going to start seeing too is you're going to start seeing produce. So if you guys remember back in the recession back in, let's see, it's when I was working in a machine shop. So my first job when I came out of college was I worked in a machine shop. I worked second shift at a machine shop, and then I became a quality inspector. So if you wonder why I'm good at looking at cards for grading, I used to be a quality inspector at a machine shop. I actually used to be the quality manager too for a little bit. When gas prices ran up, then when we started hitting over $3 a gallon, people were saying, I ain't paying no damn $3. But that's when we started seeing produce prices go up. You were seeing plastic prices go up. You were seeing anything that was relative to petroleum, which a lot of stuff, because of delivery costs, which they need gas, those all shot up. The airplane industry actually suffered because they had to raise the prices of flights. And when they raised the prices of flights, other than business travel, they were seeing tourist travel drop significantly because people couldn't afford the prices of flights anymore. I'm waiting to see all like groceries and everything else start going up because the gas prices. The bad part of the recession was at the time was when the gas prices finally came down, because that's what also started the housing market crash too, because gas prices got so expensive, all the expenses got more expensive. And then people started defaulting on mortgages. But there was a lot of risky mortgages out there from the beginning, and I had one of those. But inside information there. But we never saw when gas came down, we never saw the produce stuff come down, and it stayed high. So I'm waiting to see if that kind of falls out. Jalen Milroe for the Seahawks, rated rookie. Ooh, there we go. Nice one for Brad. How about a Cam Scattaboo on a blue hyper? That would be my fear, is that we see gas prices for yes, prospect is guaranteed tonight, Kathy. We do have 3 teams left, but I said if we got down to 3 teams, I would run it. But yes, it will run after football. Ed Reed, Max Crosby, Jaden Daniels, Devontae Adam, Dak Prescott, Amarion Hampton, Nick Scorton, rated rookie, and Abdul Carter. That one's going to go to Brad, Matt Stafford, Jeff Garcia, Tua Tagovailoa, Kenneth Gainwell, Ashton Genty, rookie, nice. Cam Miller, rated rookie, nice. The first year fresh Cam Scattaboo on the relic for the Giants. Another one for Brad. I'll put my top loaders here. Even these things will go up in price. Freaking top loaders. Watch those start running up in price. Alvin Kamara, silver. Adam Thielen, Michael Pittman, Cole Kmet, Curtis Rourke, Tyler Lockett on the throwback. Jalen Warren, Zach Ertz, Howie Long, Terrell Suggs, J.K. Dobbins, Benjamin Morrison, Gunnar Helm, Quinn Ewers for the Dolphins, who may or may not. That would be a weird combo. Terry McLaurin, Kyler Murray, KJ Emmett, Jack Sawyer, Jordan James, Michael Mitchell Evans, Jake Plummer, Baker, Jamal, and Blake Roop. Is it Malik Willis went down to the Dolphins? Thought he was going to get Jalen Waddle. Oh, not a problem at all, Kathy. Not a problem at all. We have 3 boxes left, just so you know, in the football before we run prospect. Oh, I get it. Trust me. I was supposed to be not here right now, and I was supposed to be up until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That was my original plan for today. My whole day has been very goofy. Very, very goofy day. Honestly, doing the breaks has conditioned me to be able to stay up later and later. The problem is I took an hour nap today trying to get ready for that. I was supposed to sleep longer, but I'm hoping that one doesn't hose me over. Oh, by the way, Kathy, you did win $5 in break credit in the last break. You did hit one of your serial numbers. All right, box number 2 is going to Jaw for the Giants. Still looking for that downtown out of this case. I did split some of these boxes in this case up at the card shop, but the majority of them are still here. So I'm hoping we should hit, hopefully it would hit a uptown out of this somewhere. Like to see an uptown. Another relic in here. I don't know what one guaranteed relic. Find one autograph or memorabilia card per box. Have we even seen an autograph in any of the optics yet? I don't think so. I think every box we've opened, we've only seen relics. And I remember when blaster boxes used to be the ones that guaranteed you one auto or mem, and the megas are the ones that guaranteed you an auto. Oh, how times have changed. All right. All right, John's got the Giants on this one. Oh, I thought it was a uptown. Graham Mertz, Ollie Gordon, Nick Emawari, Sam Laporta, Pat Freemuth, Derek Carr, Hines Ward, Jalen Royals, Mikel Williams, Jalen Milrow, rookie recruits, Kyrene Williams, Justin Jefferson, Terrell Owens, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jarquez Hunter, Cam Ward, blue hyper, nice. Yeah, actually, Waddle's a good receiver, but he's also been injury prone the last couple of years. And with you having, I agree, probably getting more receivers is probably, younger receivers is probably going to be more beneficial. I kind of want to see the Giants do that. All right, sounds good, Kathy. Keenan Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Khalil Shakir, Brock Bowers, Chuba, Walter Nolan, Tyler Warren, Eric Amanor, John Elway, Christian Kirk, Josh Allen, Micah Parsons, Jadon Blue, Abdul Carter. That one's going to go to Jaw. Cam Ward relic. Nice. Yeah, I think Lisa's watching a show after her stint in the ER today. Silver, T-Law, James Cook, Kim Kelly, Carl Eller, Harold Fannin Jr., play action, Malik Neighbors, that will go to Jaw, Daniel Carlson, Art Monk, DK Metcalf, Rashad Bateman, and Mike Williams. I did catch on all the shipments from last week, so everybody's stuff that was due for shipments last week has been shipped out. Will be working on shipments for or sorting for this week. Sorry, 1 second. All right. Marcus is going to have the Giants in this last optic box. We are still looking for an uptown or a downtown or anything that's a town in it. Has he still not gotten together with you? What the fork? Just go sit in front of his house. He was home earlier. I think he's working a weird shift right now. I was talking to him earlier at 6:30, and then I had to get off the phone. And we got Relic again. Yep. Ay. I just shipped him his 3 boxes of In the Game used today. Just went UPS. I think they're supposed to be there Friday. He paid for 3 boxes of them. The only downside when that boy carries your stuff is it takes it longer to get to you than it does if I just shipped it. You'll have another 10 breaks and be getting another shipment for me by the time he gets you your cards. All right, here we go. Last box of Optic, and then we'll go on to the Select H2. Marion Hampton, I did warn you. Nick Scorton, Max Crosby, Captain's Choice, Doug Williams, Michael Penix Jr., Derwin James Jr., Drew Blood so much, Jalen Milrow. Is that numbered? Oh, that's just a purple laser, Woody Marks for the Titans. So that's a short print. Kind of like how he completely screwed up and not shipping your MVP buyback cards in the window that they needed to be sent. Yeah. I think part of the thing is because you guys don't work together anymore. That makes it harder too. Graham Mertz, Testaverde, Bijan, Brian Robinson Jr., Bucky Irving, Jack Sawyer, Jordan James, Jadon Blue, Brandon Ayuk, Eli Manning. That's going to go to Marcus. Kirk Cousins, George Kittle, Benjamin Morrison, Gunnar Helm, Abdul Carter, purple. Nice. That's going to go to Marcus. I just split that. Try that again. Steven Jackson, Cortland Sutton, Jackson Smith Najiba, Rex Grossman. Oh, man, I remember that guy. Ashton Genty, Cam Miller, Relic, Tesla Relic for the Lions. Still auto lifts out of Optic. Yeah. And downtown lists. Pat Freemuth, Justin Herbert, Chris Olave, Bo Nix, Christian Rourke, Abdul Carter, Kenneth Walker, Marvin Harrison Jr., Tyreek Hill, James Lofton, and Saquon. All right. Put these team bags together. Just so everyone knows, too, if you want to get in that prospect, that is 20 hits. There are 20 autos coming out of that box, not including numbered stuff. I had a Paul Skeens auto 10 of 10 last year. I have 2 kabooms I hit out of that product. I had a 101 from a Mets guy we hit in a break. Lots of good stuff out of Prospect Edition. I actually really like Prospect Edition because I think it gives you a lot of good ratio of stuff. All right, we're on to our Select H2. 4-pack, 6 cards per pack. We can get numbered down to 101. Black discos down to 101 is what we're looking for. You can hit autos. You can hit mems. Much more reasonably priced than previous years when they were like $350, $400 for this. They were down to like $250 this year. All right, there's those. Empty box. I thought about getting more Optic H2s, but then I kind of held back because I didn't see if it was quite as worth as much. All right, here we go. Some Mets guy. Well, it was it's like Brandon Sporat 101 auto. Sold it for like $400. Justin Fields, Alec Pierce, Jalen Lane. By the way, Mark has the Giants in this product. Troy Aikman, silver, and a regular disco. Nice disco, though, for the Saints again. Tyler Shuck, Tyler Williams. That is your sweet level. 2 sweet. Saints probably having the best break out of everybody right now so far. Nice Shuck disco there. I couldn't remember his name. It was Brandon Sporat, I think what it was. I had 2 101s out of that product, which would count for our bounty too. All right. We've got Drake London, Jacoby Myers. Andres Borgales, we have a red and white disco. Calvin Ridley for the Titans. That is 9 of 49. Go to the Titans. Titans actually have a decent break going too because I got a Cam Ward relic and a Cam Ward blue hyper. First number card of the night, 9 of 49. JJ. Puka. Trayvon Henderson, silver. Riley Leonard, silver. Silver disco. Jackson Dart. Nice one, Mark. And you got a regular Jackson Dart behind it, too. Nice hit, Mark. Silver disco Jackson Dart. That is a conch or premier level, too. So that's a bit of the rarer one. Nice hit, Mark. We'll stick that in front of the Tesla. All right, last pack of the football break. Tomorrow I am putting up 2023 Select Hobby. Changing the year up. Went and got an older product. Figure we give it a whirl. That has the XRCs of Drake May, Caleb Williams, and those guys. So mixing it up a little bit. Got Nico Collins, Chase Brown, a blue disco. We'll save that for the last. Arian Smith, Woody Marks, Sean McVay. Upside down. It is a rookie. For the Eagles, I don't know any big. Kyle McCord for the Eagles, going to Jack. 6 of 25. Kyle McCord for the Eagles. And that is going to close it up. All right, let's do a recap. Still downtown, honey. I've got 4 Optic Hobbies Mac left, I think. Let's see what I have. I have to update the schedule for the breaks tomorrow. I got to change some stuff around. So, all right. We got Ashton Genty base rookie, Egbuka base rookie, Tyler Shuck base rookie, Cam Ward Fireworks, Matthew Golden laser rookie, Calvin Ridley for the Titans, number 249, Woody Marks on the purple laser optic short print, Cam Ward on the hyper blue relic, Jackson Dart on the silver disco, Tesla for the Lions, Jalen Walker for the Falcons, Cal McCord blue numbered to 25 for the Eagles, Tyler Shuck on the disco, Cam Scattaboo first year fresh, Cam Scattaboo on the blue hyper, McMillan on the rookie, a Tyler Shuck silver, there's laser, and a Cam Ward on the hyper blue. All right. We are going to move on to Prospect Edition. Again, I have 3 teams left. So I am doing a final call for those 3 teams. Angels, Twins, and Turquoise. You know I'm colorblind. Twins, Angels, and it's on my sheet. I'll scroll by. The other team, Blue Jays. If you want to get in, and then the other thing I need from you guys. So, sealed case. I'm going to show you on the camera. Sealed case of Prospect Edition. I'm going to pop this open. What I also need to know from you guys is, so final call for teams, if you want to jump in on any of those teams, is we're going to take 5 boxes out of this case to run this break. I need to know, do you want column 1, column 2, column 3, or column 4? It's 5 deep on all of them. What column do you guys want to go? 1, 2, 3, or 4? That's the column we'll use for the break. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Majority numbers rule. And again, final call for teams in Prospect. I'll give it a good couple minutes before I close it out as I just organize a couple things here quickly. Get it a couple more top letters too. The Woody was not numbered. All right, I've got 1 vote for 3. I got 1 vote for 4. Brian, I would hold Angels at 20, only because that is the last team out there that has the kaboom. So if I'm going to eat a team, that would be the team I would eat. I would prefer to eat of the 3, to be completely frank. You're good, Dennis. Only thing you missed was football and a product review of Sleef in the game used. That's the only thing you missed. So I've got 1 vote for 3, 1 vote for 4, 1 vote for 1. Yeah, the other teams I'm probably a little more negotiable on, Brian, as far as Blue Jays and Twins. If you wanted to do Blue Jays and Twins at, what the hell did I have that at? If you wanted to take like Blue Jays and Twins for 30, I would do that. But Angels, I'm going to be a little bit more held up on. All right, I've got 2 votes for 4 now. Dennis 22. All right, 4 is winning. Just sort that out. All right. You want Blue Jays and Twins for 30, Dennis? Okay, you got it. Dennis just took Blue Jays and Twins for 30. So the only thing left is the Angels for 25, and I'm a little bit more kind of stuck on them because they're the last team out of the teams left that have a kaboom chance. There's no column 7. All right, so I'm going to put Dennis in for the 30 on the Blue Jays and Twins. So Angels are the only thing left at 25. All right. Looks like 4. Thank you, Dennis. All right, so column 4 is going to take it. So I'm going to pull the boxes out for column 4. Man, these boxes feel thick. Oh, now Ken votes for 3. You're killing me, Smalls. I'm still going to stick to it at the 25 with the kaboom on them. All right, I went with 4 because that was the ones I had seen previous. Well, if you guys do it again, if we do this, do 4. 3 out. It's hard to pull these columns out. All right, I got the last one. There it is. All right. There we go. There's our 5 boxes. All right. Final call for Angels. Otherwise, I am going to take them. I like to cause trouble. Trouble be thy middle name. All right. I am going to consider the break closed. I am going to go ahead and grab the Angels then. Brian, if I get completely smoked off the Angels, you can have the Angels then for 15. But only after we've run the break. And I get smoked off it. All right. So, top 5 are going to get the Yankees in this one. And I am going to not forget all right. Let's see. Let's run a. I was until my real job did its normal thing that it canceled at 6:30. I was originally supposed to not be here, but then it canceled at 6:30 and just completely jacked my whole day up. Lisa didn't get home till 9:30 from the ER. She did have cellulitis. They had to drain it from her foot. Thankfully, they said they caught it early enough where she didn't have any sort of like bone eating type thing going on. All right, shark race. I haven't topped out on top. I haven't topped out in a long time. Pulling a chat. Nice. All right. What? How do I click that? And it says I need to log in. Yeah, I got completely thrown sideways because I was like literally about to go lay down and go back to sleep to try to get ready and figure out how I was going to manage being up all night. And then I get messages saying, yeah, we're canceled. I'm like, so I literally missed an entire day's worth of work for nothing. Thank God we had talked about it yesterday because I was really worried of this exact thing happening because I basically wasn't allowed to go to work all day because I knew I was going to have to support a third shift thing. And I said, what happens if this cancels? And they go, well, just throw me like the craziness. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen next week, though. It might be back at it all again next week. So, all right. Let's log in appropriately, apparently, to this. All right. 30 seconds on the clock. Not that. What names? The thing is I was probably going to be late because Lisa did not know. And like, it drives me crazy with ERs. Like, I get they're busy. So Lisa goes to the ER. They put her in a bed in the hallway. So she doesn't have a room. And they let her wait there for like 2.5 hours. The amount of time it took for the doctor and nurse to come examine her, check her, drain the cellulitis, and get her out of there was like 45 minutes tops. It's like, I said to her, I said, they just need to have like a line you stand in where there's just a doctor at the end of the room where they just walk in and they go, all right, what's wrong? This, that. Okay, great. And it's like we need an express checkout line for doctors where it's like your complaint must be able to be resolved within 10 minutes. Or diagnosed and treated within 20 minutes. If you can't meet that criteria, then you go to the waiting room for the full ER. But if you can be diagnosed and treated within 20 minutes, go in this line over here. I think it would be a fantastic concept that would save so much time for people. I was telling Lisa, I said, I had something last year and I can't remember what it was, but I knew exactly what was wrong with me. I knew exactly what I needed, but I had to go to the hospital because that was the only way that they could check it, validate it, and then give me the prescription for what I needed. That was the only way. And I walked in, and they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, it's this, this, and this, and I need this in order to treat it. And they looked at it, and they went, yep, you sure do. I went, I know. All right, let's show the shark race here we've got coming up for this one. All right. I will tag folks in this. All right, we got all the names in here. Top 5 are going to get randomed for the Yankees in one in each box. The reason the Yankees were the giveaway team in this was because Aaron Judge is a kaboom, and that is a very valuable kaboom, regardless of what happened at the World Baseball Classic. Right? Did I not? All right. There is an extra team in here, y'all see. It says collegiate non-MLB. There are non-MLB collegiate players in this product, and one of them has a kaboom, so I made a line for them. All right, top 5 is where you want to be. 3, 2, 1, and your top 5 is going to be Kathy, Brian, and Brian again, Phil Mazurek, and Mike Kilmer. I got 6. Well. All right, so you 5 are each going to get the Yankees in one box. Like I said, I think this is a very underrated product. I think this actually has a lot of potential buried inside of it. So we will see exactly how much potential it has. 6105 is what this one is. All right. Night, hon. I'll be there soonish. Trying to figure out how my brain's going to handle all the goofiness of today. All right. 26105. Lots of, one thing we'll find, lots of serial number chances in this. All right. Let me just finish getting the tags in for folks on this one. Kathy, Ryan, Tanner, Zurich, no, not Trokey, Zurich, Greg, Anthony, Jaw, Brad, Chad, Marcus, Matt, so Ken, Mike F. All right, I think we're good. Shucks are headed for the soup. Oops. Bad Sharky. All right. We are good to go. So everybody has the team. Everyone has their team. So first box for the Yankees is going to be Kathy. Everyone else has theirs. Last year, I think I heard different things about how often you could find kabooms in these. We had, in the case that I had bought, we had 2 kabooms in one case. This is predominantly prospect players, but there are some active players in this, especially in the kabooms. This does not want to cut. Where's the knife? Where's the, that's right, the golf team one. I'll break out a different knife tonight. All right. We will get lots of numbered cards out of this. I swore last year it was 6 autos per box. I think they reduced it down to 2. So here's everything you hit. The kaboom is also the big chase thing we're looking for. If we get duels of anything, because I'm seeing 2 type dual autographs, anything autograph related will probably, if it's a very low value thing, we'll run a random for. Otherwise, I will just pose it to the people who have those teams. Most of the stuff, as you can see, 199 down to 1. Lots of chances and stuff. So, all right. We will do box by box. These are a pain to try to display standing up because they put these big cardboard things in front, so they're so front heavy, they just want to tilt over all the time. All right, I'm going to put these boxes here, like that, and like that. All right, so this was column 4. may need more penny sleeves. Trying to figure out how I'm going to sleep tonight because I feel like I'm going to be all sorts of messed up because of my midday nap I took trying to prepare. I'm really, really glad that I couldn't sleep this afternoon because I was trying to sleep for like 5 hours from like 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I didn't. I couldn't basically get it to my brain to shut off long enough to do that because I kept hearing everything. I'm really glad now that that didn't happen, or else that would have been a very rough day for me tonight. Because I'd be like, well, I'm awake. It's 4 a.m. and I'm completely messed right now. All right, let's do cut it in half. Oh, we have a redemption already. Right there. All right, I like it. Here we go. Steele Hall for the Reds. Blake Burke for the Brewers. Oh, that's nice. How about let's just start right off with a Cash Mayfield for the San Diego Padres. That's sick. Not numbered, but that's cool. By the way, if we hit a 101, the 101 is eligible for this product. It is the first person who hits the 101 bounty. The bounty is only awarded once. So if we hit a second 101 in the product, I'm sorry we didn't hit it sooner for you. Just want to make sure I cover that. We will not award $260 if we hit 2 or 3 101s in this. Carson Beng, that is numbered 71 of 99. So I'm going to be checking a lot of numbers because we're going to see a lot of numbers in this one. No 71. Carson Beng for New York. Benj. And I will double check the teams on the New Yorks unless it's really obvious where I know exactly. It's like if it's Ben Hess, I know that's a Yankee. But if I have any question on whether it's a Met or a Yankee, I will double check. Same with LA teams. Here's a nice one for the Nationals. Eli Willits is in this product for the Ping. Eli Willits. Colt Emerson prepping for the pros for the Mariners. Jace Lavalette. Chase DeLaunder. Ethan Frey. Brody Brecht. Max Bellew. Cruz Schoolcraft for the Padres. That is going to be 142 of 149. No 142s. A couple of y'all got a couple hundred numbers in here, which may actually work. Yeah, I remember he was a Met. I remember his name popping a lot. Focus. Come on, Schultz. Noah Schultz. It's going to be for the White Sox. Cash Mayfield, again for the Padres, 162, 199. Alex Freeland, Thatcher Hurd, Bryce Cunningham, Luis Pena, Johnny Farmello, Johnny Solinsky for LA. That is 162 of 199. 162 it had twice right now at $20. Luke Stevenson, Jamie Arnold, between the 2080 scale, 65 slider. Charlie Soto, Boston Bateman, Ben Hess, Dante Nori. Some of the parallels on this look really cool. Like I really like that franchise futures card. That's really slick. I think Nick just came in just to give me a hard time. Oh, that's cool. Because we're going to have 20 autographs, I'm not going to put all the parallels up there unless we have like a real low numbered one. There's 20 autos we're going to get out of this, not to mention all the numbered card stuff we're going to get too. So our next auto is likely going to be that redemption. So let's take a look at the redemption. Your redemption. Gold vinyls, remember, are 101s in this. Come on. There we go. 2025 Prospect Edition Baseball Hollow Prospect Ticket Signatures 72. Boston Bateman. Oh, we just saw him. Boston Bateman is a Padre. Padres doing very nice. That is a Padre. Boston Bateman on the redemption. And Padres. Mike Kilmer doing very well so far. All right. We should have 2 more autos coming out of this. Owen Hall, Brendan Summerhill, Riley Quick, 244 of 299. Josh Hammond, Jake Cook, Ricardo Cabrera, Chris Cortez. Ooh, nice one for the Astros. How about a Walker Janik? That is not numbered, but Walker Janik going to Houston Astros. That one's going to Jaw. Nice hit. There's 3 of our autos. Noble Meyer, Bryce Elridge, Luke Stevenson. That is 11 of 49. Did we have any 11s tonight? No 11s tonight. That is going to Seattle for the Mariners. Going to Mark. Picked it up in a combo deal. Well, I'll put the 11 to 49 up right now because that's our lowest serial number right now. We got Ethan Anderson, Roman Anthony, Brandon Summerhill, Daniel Pierce, Xavier Nayans again for the Astros. Another nice one there. 28 of 49 on an auto. Any 28s tonight? Actually, we do because Greg has 28. Nice hit, Greg. Greg will get himself $5 in break credit there. Very nice, Greg. This is a good product to get in on the serial number giveaway. Lots of serial numbers on this one. Put that one up there. And rounding this one out, we got Ryan Waldschmidt. That's not numbered. Marik Houston on the ping. Jacoby Mizorowski for the Brewers. Nice. 174 of 199. Mizorowski. There's a lot of big names in this product. A lot of big name autos. Big name auto numbered cards you can get. Active, rookies, prospects. Mitch Jebb and Johnny King. A lot of big names that can come out of this. I'm going to need a lot of top loaders for this one. All right. All right. First brewer I saw. Let me sort out the Yankees out of this one because this is it was Kathy's box, the Yankees. No, I saw them in here. Ben Hess was in here. Dr. Hurd is a Met. Bryce Cunningham is a Yankee. And that was it. Okay. All right. Let's go put this. Yeah. This is a product I really enjoy opening because of all the hits and numbers. Like, I would rather open this than like the football break we just did because I feel like with the football break, we're just hoping and praying that we get a big hit card. We know we're going to get a ton of autos out of this, which is what I really like. All right, Brian Tanner, you have the next 2 boxes for the Yankees. $6. Watch Watch that Johnny kid. He's going to be good. Brian, if in your 2 boxes you hit an Aaron Judge kaboom, we are going to have some serious conversations. Got another redemption. Some very serious conversations. They're like, which arm, which leg do I need to give you? What card do I need to give you for this Aaron Judge kaboomy? All right, here we go. We got JoJo Parker for the Blue Jays, Zach Root, Gage Wood for the Phillies. Oh, that's cool. Blue Chips. That is an on-card auto, too. That's like the Cash Mayfield's an on-card auto. Gavin Killen, Blue Chips for the Giants. Really nice card right there. I will have Lisa make you 1,000 macaroons for a Judge kaboom. 1,000 macaroons for a Judge kaboom. How about that? Gavin Killen. I like that one. I think they got the redemption right there. So. Johnny Solinsky. That is 49/79. Any 49s tonight? No 49s. Negative. Oh, come on. Luke Stevenson, Jace Lavalette, Josh Flores, Cam Caminiti, Walker Martin, Sean Gamble, Alex Clemmy, Spencer Jones for the Yankees. I'll go to Brian. 134 or 149. Slade Caldwell prepping for the pros. Titus Cecil, 110. No 110s. 108, 127, 126, 125 are my 100 numbers. Caleb Wise, Jacob Wilson, Noble Meyer, Charlie Duvallin, Rintaro Sasaki. That's going to go to the college spot. Nate Snead is 43 of 199. Any 43s? No 43s. Roman Anthony, Domination, Rintaro Sasaki on the ping, Bradley Ebel, Kyson Witherspoon, Osguara, and Nazan Zanatello. I talked about putting this break back up tomorrow. I might hold off on it. I could do a smaller version of it. I could do a 2-boxer, make a cheap version of it, and really knock the prices down on a lot of this. Put a couple less expensive breaks out there tomorrow. We will have WWE tomorrow. That'll basically match the same price as the blasters for a single hobby box WWE. I did get that in finally. Well, finally I barely ordered it and got it in pretty quickly. So it's hard to get it off tops, that's for sure. All right, here's your redemption. Not at the prices they're asking for. Here's my problem with Prism Black. Prism Black is Legends and NIL players. There is no active player in it. It is still commanding Prism price levels. I don't believe in the price being $900. I've looked at the checklist. The auto list is massive. I think it's extremely overpriced for what it is. I would rather see if Silhouette came down cheaper. It looks cool. I mean, I think having a Barry Sanders Color Blast or a manga is kind of cool, but not at $1,000. I struggle to justify that one. I know it's still licensed, but Hollow Prospect ticket signatures, card number 30. Brock Wilkin is going to be your redemption. We saw him recently. Here. Let's see. I think I saw a Brock Wilken card. I think I saw one recently. Felt like I said his name. Brandon Roman, Jake Josh Allen, Bateman, Brody, Chester Bonder. Oh, I thought I called his name. I guess not. I think that's a Brewer, isn't it? Isn't Brock Wilken a Brewer? Yeah, that's what I thought. For the Milwaukee Brewers, going Brock Wilken. That's what I thought it was. He was actually a big chase player when Bowman Draft came out. He was one of the top prospect chases. All right, let's keep going. It's 2 autos down, 2 more to go. Jacob Mizorowski on the Chrome not numbered. Aviv Arquette, 60 on the arm strength. Kyle DeBarge, 7 of 99. Michael Oviedo, Zion Henderson, Spencer Jones going to the Yankees. Weiwa Aloy, Max Bellew going to the Colorado Rockies. That is 116 of 199. Very nice for the Rockies. Colorado, Mike Formick. Nice pick. Got a decent spread of autos so far. We've had, let's see, 2 Houstons, a Milwaukee, a Giants, a Colorado, a Seattle, a Padres, two Padres. So not bad. Spreading the love. I like it. Dean Curley. Jacob Mizorowski again on the domination. Franklin Arias prepping for the pros. Malcolm Moore, Devin Taylor, Walker Janik, Ty Floyd, Tate Southson going to the Atlanta Braves. That is not numbered. I don't know who the Reds players are in this one. Chase Burns, maybe? Maybe. Quentin Young. I was wondering if Burns was in it. Nolan Schultz, Titus Cecil, 171 to 299. Cade Bodine and Owen Hall. Nice, Ken. All right, Brian's still got another box to have the Yankees, so I'm going to just put his 2 in here. Steel Hall's a giant one. Well, that's good. Yeah, so the way I did the pricing on this was the tired price teams were typically tied to who had the chances at the kabooms, because them being the case hits and kind of the big chase on this. And then what I did is I walked through the checklist on where your probability of getting a hit was. And that's basically the foundation for where all the team prices were. So maybe I'm thinking about maybe doing a 2-boxer or a 3-boxer of this, cutting everything. I took all the prices and divided them by 5. And then multiplied them by 3. What would you guys, if I put this product up again tomorrow, but I didn't do it as a 5-box, how many boxes should I do it as if we wanted to make it reasonable? I feel like I'd still want to do it as a pay-by team, because if I did it as 2 boxes, it'd be 30 a spot for a 1-team pick. But I could make it where you could buy a lot of teams for a lot smaller prices. Would you want to do it? I think I'm hung between 2 and 3 boxes for this, because I might use some of this for flash breaks too. Because we would do this out of a 15 spot on a flash break night. Might be the first box we never redemption in. At least I haven't seen it yet. 2-box serial number. As much as I like serial numbers, I don't feel that that's a sentiment that's carried a lot. Seth Hernandez, Riley Quick, Micah Bucknim. It's going to go to Dennis. It's 31 of 99. Any 31s tonight? Oh, really? Say 31? 31. Matt. Manko, if you want to get in on the serial number thing, you can still throw a number in if you want. It'd just be valid starting now. Matt Marceau, you got a $5 break credit for having number 31. Yeah, I'll put another 5-boxer out next week. Like, I was going to take some of this to the card shop, but if we can just run the whole case, I might just run this case through with you guys, and then I can always buy another case later. What, 31 and 99? That's going to go over here. So what do you, Mike, when you say you like that, which one are you saying you like? A 2-boxer, a 3-boxer, or Brian's 2-box serial number idea? Jordan Yost. Domination, James Wood. 18 of 25. That's going to be our low number one right there. Hagen Smith for the Chicago White Sox. 18 on that serial number. That came in right after I said that. That's going to be, that's a little suspect there. You fortune teller? Knocks that one off. Being a fortune teller? All right, I need to know what the lottery numbers are for Wednesday. Or wait, it is Wednesday. I need to know what the lottery numbers are going to be for Thursday or Saturday. All right. Matt Shaw, Brady House, Dylan Draling, Esteban Meja, Song Jung Kim for the Rangers. Rangers are going to Brad. That is not numbered. The funny thing is, I know the video is on a delay. So even though when you guys hit, I know it's behind. And as I pull that one pulls out. That's kind of funny. I like a 2-box or a serial number break, but I also like the 5-box break. Just that. So that's what's funny, Mako. I'm going to give it to you because I know there is a delay between the Facebook stream and the thing. When I actually pulled the card, you had set the 18 came across. So in the real time, it came across at the same time, but I know there's a delay. That's just, it is kind of pretty funny. For the Rangers. $2 or a serial number break, but I also like the $5 break just because I like these prospect boxes. Yeah, I like these prospect boxes too. I think these prospect boxes are great. So I might do a cheap 2-boxer tomorrow. Aaron Escobar, not numbered. Brady Ebel, not numbered. Sean Gamble, that is 40 of 199. I'm not going to deny it. I just thought it was funny how it came across. I pulled that card, and that happened at the exact same time. I was like, well, ain't that something? 40 of 199. Because I kind of like, part of me, like, I want to take this to our shop, but I also kind of want to run this through. And if we get kabooms, I want to keep the kabooms for you all too. That's kind of like part of where my head goes right now. Because we can make this work and we can make these boxes work. Peter Cousseau, Cole Carrig, Yohandy Morales, Cade Horton, Gary Gill Hill, and Johnny Solinsky. and then I can always just buy more. If we like it that much, we can always buy more. I've got Heritage. I actually have 2 cases of Heritage coming. So we've got Heritage. We can always do mixers. I think a second case of this between Heritage and don't take them, run them here. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like I can buy a second case of this. Once we run this through, I buy a second case of it. And then we can do mixers with Prospect and like Heritage. 1 second. All right. Yeah, so I have plenty of Heritage coming. I have 2 cases worth of Heritage coming. Colt Emerson prepping for the pros. 96 of 299. Billy Amick. Eva Arquette. Jesus Made. Hagen Smith. Kason Cunningham. Owen Hall. And that is going to be 55 of 75. No 55s. So they do. They have both. They have autos, autos and not autos. So like these two, the blue chips and the franchise futures, those are both on card autos. You get more numbered cards. It's all prospects, but there are rookies. Like there's Roman Anthony rookies in this. But the big thing is this: the kabooms. Aaron Judge has a kaboom in this. Paul Skeens has a kaboom in this. Bobby Witt Jr. has a kaboom. Like a lot of big players have kabooms in this product. I'm gonna cover that one. Running out of space. It's a really solid product for a very inexpensive. Oh, hey, look, there is a redemption in here. Walker Janik for the Astros, like a lot of numbered cards. Last year I hit a 10 of 10 Paul Skeens and 2 kabooms out of the case because nobody wanted to buy it, and I started ripping some of it because I'm like, all right, no one's buying it, I'm ripping it, and I'll just take my chances on the cards. This product has probably some of the best ROI you're going to find when you get 4 autos. I think last year they had 6 autos, but they cut it back to 4 this year. Noah Schultz. Domination. Eli Willits. Eli Willits has autos in this and a kaboom. I can just send you. Let me copy it just so you can see it because I have it on a spreadsheet. Yeah, really fun product. Very inexpensive product too, in the grand scheme of things. Where is it? I just want to paste this in the list. That what I just pasted in the chat, that is the kaboom checklist. All right. Brady Montgomery, Ike Irish, Hayden Harris, Wyatt Sanford, our redemption. Chase Petty. $25 of $199. Any 25s tonight? Actually, we do have a 25. Mark Hudson had a 25. As I mentioned before in the break earlier tonight, if you are planning on wanting to get into the Mega Baseball break, I am considering guaranteeing that to run by next Friday. If you are planning on trying to get into that and you are waiting on the sale of the Eli Willits card to determine how much credit you can apply towards that, just let me know because I would like to be able to probably map out some spots so I have a better idea of how many spots I'm realistically still trying to fill. I am projecting it would sell around 3,200, and I think it would put around $100 per spot in everybody's pocket-ish. All right, Jamie Arnold, 31. There's another one for Matt Marceau. He's got another $5 of credit. 31 and 99. Ricardo Cabrera. That's going to the Reds. That's going to Chad. Jamie Arnold, Chase Davis, Nikki Becker, Nick Kurtz. And Nick Kurtz has kabooms in here too. Ethan Conrad, Bryce Cunningham, pink. That's going to be a Yankee going to Brian Tanner. 77 of 79 going to Brian Tanner. Brendan Summerhill, Luke Stevenson, Cade Anderson, and Gavin Fine. Well, you already picked a spot though, or are you thinking about more? I know you hadn't paid for your spot yet. I just was wondering if you were you pre-picked with the expectation of that, or if you were looking at more than that. I guess that's part of the other thing. Some people may have been banking on it because they're already in. Brian, I'm sorry we did not hit an Aaron Judge kaboom for you there. I need to get more penny sleeves. Give me 1 second. All right. More penny slaves. Maybe more. Okay. Yeah, I would. The Zana and Acuna on now. Hey, I'm trying. I want to hit the big autos. This product has pushed a lot of great autos out. I've seen so much good stuff come out of this. At least last year it did. So I'm expecting it to do the same. All right, the last auto from box 3. Prospect edition. Future Legends signature. Ooh. Boy, I don't actually know what set that is. 13. Slater DeBrun. I have not heard of that name before. Who is Slater DeBrun? An Oriole. Okay. That's going to Baltimore. All right. So we are 3 boxes down on this one. 2 to go. 12 12 autos into this one. 3 redemptions. 1 redemption per box. That's kind of interesting. Put that one right here. All right. This is a fun break. I'm going to keep saying it. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's a fun break, and I enjoy it. Rays? I just looked him up. He said Orioles. Literally Slater DeBrun. Says Baltimore Orioles. Hold on. I'll do this. I'll see what Break Ninja says. Now you've gone and told me a different name. Baseball. Prospect. I forgot Break Ninja tells me. I'm going to look at Baltimore. Like Irish. Yeah, Slater DeBrun is an O in this. Future Legend signatures. Yep, he's an O. Yeah, so because the checklist, it says he's an O, that's what I'm going to go by on this one. It's weird because I just looked him up and it said Orioles. All right. Phil Mazurek has the Yankees in this one. Phil was the benefactor of an Eli Willits auto out of the Bowman Best. We will have a Bowman, my second Bowman Best box, which I only have 3 of them. Bowman's Best break will be tomorrow going up. Same price as before. I tried getting more. I think it failed. The remark value of Bowman's Best was insanity. Bowman's Best is now coming out at over $600 a box. Future Legend at Best Buy. Oh, Lord. Well, we just hit our first repeat auto. So it's on a repeat box. Cash Mayfield, Tyler Bremner, and another blue chips of Gavin Klein. Interesting that we would hit him twice. Well, San Francisco, you just doubled down. I thought there was another redemption in here. I'm curious if there's a redemption in every box. Ha-Seong Kim for the Dodgers. That is 22. Lisa just got herself some break credit. Lisa getting some break credit tonight. Bradley Beal. George Lombard, that's going to the Yankees. Josh Flores. Cam Caminiti, Billy Carlson. Max Anderson, Dean Curley, Ethan Conrad. It's going to Chicago. I'll need to look up which one that is. That is 2 of 99. Number to 25 is our low number tonight so far. Want that Eli Willits to run up a little bit higher before the end. Oh, we do have another redemption. We are 4 for 4 on redemptions right now. Nick Kurtz on the domination. Darren Baker, Caleb Lies, Jacob Wilson, Charlie Condon, Quentin Young, Ethan Scheffelman, Johnny Solinsky for the LA. That's a Cub. Okay. 24 of 149, Johnny Solinsky for 24. Do we have a 24 tonight? Oh, Dennis was 22 as well, so he got $5 as well. No 24s tonight. I do like your, Mike, I do enjoy the emphatic, no, don't take it. Leave it with us here. Don't break the case. If you guys keep filling this product, I will leave this case here. But if it stops filling, then I have to take the rest. So as long as we fill it, we'll keep running it. So I'll do a 2-boxer tomorrow. Was 4 numbered. Which one? Oh, you're right. $24.99. Darren Baker for the Nationals. Good catch. It was on the foot. That's why I didn't pick it up, because it was on the foot. Good catch. I think the color should have given it away to me, because that was a blue. Good catch. Jason Lavalette for the Guardians. James Wood. How about an 8/25? James Wood going to the Nationals. Nice. I was in a break last week where they pulled the James Wood. James Wood 1/1 Superfractor out of Bowman. That was pretty cool. 8/25. Brady Ebel, Kyson Weatherspoon, Eli Willits, Carter Jensen. Just pulled a 101 Paul Skeens on the TV next to me out of Heritage. It was a relic, but geez. All right. Prospect Edition. Holler Prospect Edition. Purple. Okay, so it's numbered at least. Purple Scope. I think that's the 49 or 25. We have one up here. I think this is a purple scope here. I think that's a purple scope. So that's going to be numbered to 49. Card number 66. Kyle Lotus. Kyle Lotus. Guys want to give me a, let me know who we got on that one for a team. Kyle Lotus. I'll set that to the side for now. Franklin Arias and Devin Taylor. Not numbered. Jacob Gonzalez, 188/299. Michael Oliveto, Zion Henderson, Jared Thomas, Miles Naylor, Blake Burke for Milwaukee. That's kind of a cool signature right there, how he signed his name. Blake Burke from Milwaukee. White Sox. All righty. I can actually double check. When you guys give me a team, I have the checklist up. I just need to know who to check that on. If Phil was on, he would have told me. Yep, Kyle Lotus. White Sox. Good God. Thank you. Blake Burke from Milwaukee. A fun break. I love having like more autos than I know what to do with. That's so much more fun when we're just like, here's an auto, here's an auto, here's an auto, here's an auto, here's an auto. Like, that's so much more fun than just pulling parallel after parallel that's worth $2 and you're like, oh. Like, I'm struggling to figure out what to do for football breaks because Panini's done and Topps hasn't put anything out yet. So Ethan Holiday, for anybody who picks up the Rockies, this is your chase guy, is Ethan Holiday in there. He's got some good Trey Savage is in here too. So that's a big hit for the Blue Jays. Trey Savage prepping pros. Aloy, Malcolm Moore, Devin Taylor, Eston Carmichael, Aaron Escobar, Kalen Culpepper for the Minnesota Twins. Let's go to Dennis. Pick them up late. That was on a combo deal I threw out there. And we've spread this across quite a few teams here. A lot of teams are hitting in this. A lot of teams are hitting. I like it. I like a lot of teams hitting. I like having wealth spread. Luke Stevenson, which is not numbered. Aloy. 21 of 199, Walker Martin, Caden Bodine, and Owen Hall. No Yankees came out of that, though. Nope, no Yankees. I was just double checking it. Oh, wait, sorry, I had one Yankee. Dude, Roman Anthony would be huge. And this is a cheap product to get a Roman Anthony auto out of, too. It's a good product to try to chase him on. Compared to what you would have to pay in some products to get him. I mean, granted, it would be equivalent to the same price for the Bowman's Best tomorrow, but you're getting $5 chances with 20 auto chases out of 4 autos. Spring's actually working out okay because it's actually going to help tire me out when I was already kind of upside down from today. All right, the Halcyon Kim. All right, last box. Mike Kilmer has the Yankees in this one. Our first 4 boxes so far, no Kabumi. No Kabumi. But that can all change. I don't have any intentions of getting any pristine. I think the price is wrong. I've watched enough breaks of it. I don't think the value coming out of pristine is worth it. So I will not be doing pristine bricks unless the prices come way down. Way down. I mean, way down. All right. Come on, Kaboomy. Let's finish strong with the Kaboom tonight. Oh, and we're going to be 5 for 5 on redemptions. Can I just see one's got a redemption in it? Every pack has a redemption. That's wild. That is a pirate, I think. That could be Connor Griffin, too. What kind of pirates? Yeah, that's about right. I think Connor Griffin has autos in this as well. Got another Blue Chips auto. Fork. Oh, wow. I am going to be this guy's magnet. Sorry, I just saw who it just peeked out and I saw who the auto is. Ah, freaking magnet for this guy now. I've become his magnet, I feel like. All right. Here we go. Christian Moore for the Angels. Trevor Cohen. Casey Swak for the White Sox. Oh, that's going to be a cool card behind it, too. 18 of 149. Another $5 for Manko. That one there. Let me mark that. And nice one going to Mike. How about an Aaron Judge? Aaron Judge blue. 149 of 149. Bookend. Bookend that one. Nice. Cam Carnella for the Marlins. Gage Wood Hurston Waldrop, Billy Amick, Dean Livingston, Ryan Weidman, Bryce Cunningham for the Yankees. Nice one for you, Mike. Nice one. Going to Mike. Detroit, Bradfield Jr., Tyler Bremner, 11 of 99. Wait till you guys see this card coming up. Zier Hope, Chase Petty, Ricky Tideman, Mike Bove. Y'all ain't going to believe this. How about a third time I have pulled his auto? And what is that, twice in less than a week? How about an Eli Willits blue chips going to Kathy? Good Lord. Good Lord. How many times am I going to pull this guy's auto? I am literally becoming a Willits magnet ever since I pulled that to 5. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, seriously, how many times am I going to pull this dude's auto? Everyone just buy the Nats from now on. Just buy the Nats. Buy the Nats. It is a very cool card. Dean Curley, Aloy, Quentin Young, Ethan Hedges for Colorado, Darren Baker, Kevin McGonigal, Slater DeBrun. Well, there's the answer about the Baltimore, too. Dylan Cruz, Chandler Simpson for the Tampa Bay Rays. That is 131 of 199. Devin Taylor, Nick Kurtz, 101 of 299. Nice for the A's. Steele Hall, Blake Burke, Tate Salson, Travis Bazzana. Going to be in a Ryan Weidman magnet. That is true. That is true. Bryce Eldridge. That's not a, I think it's the 10, though. Yeah, that is. 3 of 10. Sean Gamble for the Kansas City Royals. Going to Matt Marceau. Nice hit, Matt. 3 of 10. There's our low number. That one just took the spot. 3 of 10. There you go. All right, we have a redemption coming up. Caden Bodine, Ethan Salas, Brody Brecht, Matt Bellew, Vance Honeycutt, Sagano. There's our redemption. Another Aaron Judge behind it. Numbered 71 of 149. There you go, Mike. Another one for you. Bubba Chandler, Cam Kennedy, 10 of 49. Jeez. Johnny Farmello and Ethan Frey. All right. Let's see what this redemption is going to end on. Prospect Edition. Red. I think that's to 99. 18. Brendan Neely. Gonna need some help on this one. Who's Brandon Neely? Y'all give me a team while I get these other ones sleeved and top loaded. Guys, tell me who you think that is, and then I'll cross-check it against the checklist. Boston, he says. And I will confirm. Confirmed. That is a Boston card. Going at AC3. That was a fun break. Got a couple bangers there. Oh, I meant to put Boston on it, and I just put AC3 on it. Well, I know who it goes to. Dummy. Yeesh. All right, and that is the break for tonight. All right, let's do a recap here. Yeah, that definitely sent it over the top for sure. And this is only 5 boxes. Could you all imagine what the other 15 have in them? It's not a Roman, but we'll take it. Yep. So we'll do a 2-boxer tomorrow. Maybe I'll post another 5-boxer Sunday. And we'll just kind of run it. I will keep this case here. I will not take this case anywhere until we hit the kaboom at least. And then I'll still run it. We will finish this case out as long as you guys keep filling it. We'll keep running it. So, all right. We had 2 of these Aaron Judges, number 2, 149. If nothing else, you guys are hitting a bunch of break credit out of it. Tyler Brenman to 199. Brandon Neely on the autograph redemption for Red Sox. Cam Kennedy to 49. Nick Kurtz to 299. Chandler Simpson to 199. Hyeseong Kim to 199. Walker Martin to 199. Kyle Loadside for the Cubs. Jacob Gonzalez to 299. 99 Darren Baker. Clipped corner die cuts, number to jersey number. I kind of remember that. Johnny Slowinski, number to 149. Ethan Conrad, number to 99. Billy Amick, number to 299. Cabrera to 99. Chase Petty, number to 199. Walker Janik, number to 99. Sean Gamble, number to 199. Luke Stevenson, number to 49. Kyle DeBarge, number to 99. Titus Sissel to 299. Jolly Solinsky, number to 79. Titus Sissel, 299. Nate Snead, number to 199. Riley Quick to 299. Jake Mizrowski, 199. Cash Mayfield, 199. Kurt Schoolcraft, number to 149. Jolly Solinsky, 199. Carson Benj, number to 99. And that's not even what I put on the stand. Let's get all that down. Well, I think Kathy will be happy about that card. Let's see. All right. 13 always hits, but not tonight. Tonight, 13 was unlucky, unfortunately. Brock Wilkin from Milwaukee, which is a great auto. Xavier Nayans, number 249. Boston Bateman for the Padres. Gavin Clean, not once but twice, is nice for the Giants. Tate Salson for the Braves, not numbered. Slater DeBrun for Baltimore. Casey Sock, number to 149. Owen Hall, number 275. Sung Jung Kim, not numbered. Caden Culpepper, not numbered. Blake Burke, not numbered. Micah Buckman to 99. Sean Gamble, numbered 3 of 10. James Wood, 8 of 25. Hagen Smith, 18 of 25. Max Bellew, number to 199. Walker Janik auto. And then Eli Willits and Cash Mayfield, franchise futures and a blue chips. Freaking sweet. Those are both on-card autographs, too. Awesome. Really nice way to finish up tonight. Thank you guys. Sorry for all the churn today. Unfortunately, that's how my life sometimes is. But you all came up in the clutch. I appreciate it. We got all the breaks run tonight. I will update the break list for tomorrow. This will probably be a very cheap break if I do a pay by team tomorrow. So, as I said, I'll probably knock it down quite a bit. So, we'll do a quick 2-boxer. So, all right, y'all, have a great night. Have a great rest of your week. Break's going up 6, 7, 8, and probably 8:30 tomorrow. And we'll see you back here on Friday night. So have a great night. Have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you all later.